our political analyst, who will be...
Good evening, listeners.
All right. I have a good number of issues that trended during the week, and I will be sharing these issues with you. And along the line during the analysis, I will be opening your phone line so you can make your contributions. But do remember that you need to be civil. You do not have to insult anyone. You do not have to make hate speeches or inciting speeches. All right, the first of what I have here is the U.S. visa ban on Chief Justices of Nigeria. The U.S. imposes visa ban on Chief Justice of Nigeria, Ariwola, and 6 other Supreme Court judges. Olukayoda Ariwola, it's one of them, and 6 other members, over their delivery of controversial and inciting judgment. This is according to an exclusive report by the US-based Point Blank News. It is said that besides Ariwola, the other Apex Court justices whose identities were revealed by a highly placed source are Musa Datijo Mohammed, Sentus Nweze, and Justice Kudirat Kekereku. It was learned their ban was connected to questionable judgments they gave, including the controversial judgment that met Senator Hope Uzodinma, governor of Imo State, in 2020, as well as the judgments that recognized Senate President Godswill Akpabio and his predecessor, Senator Ahmed Lawan, as winners of their senatorial elections. And I also have the 12 million household to get 8,000 naira for 6 months, says President Bola Tinubu. And he also writes reps and to stick 500 billion naira for palliative. And this is where the 8,000 naira is coming from. And President Bola Tinubu has said 12 million families will get 8,000 naira over a period of 6 months to ameliorate the hardships faced by Nigerians as a result of subsidy removal. In a letter to the House of Representatives read by Speaker Tajuddin Abbas during plenary on Tuesday, Tinubu said it was support to enable poor and vulnerable Nigerians cope with the cost of meeting basic needs. The letter was for approval of additional financing for the National Social Safety Net program, scaled up by the National Assembly. He said this would have a multiplier effect on about 60 million individuals. In order to guarantee the credibility of the process, he said digital transfers would be made directly to beneficiaries' accounts. He has asked the House of Representatives to amend the 2022 Supplementary Appropriations Act to provide 500 billion naira to fund palliative measures against the impact of fuel subsidy removal. And the third I have here, still coming from our President Bola Tinubu, who says that he has rolling out measures to tackle rising food prices. And let me read what I have here. President Bola Tinubu has ordered immediate action to stem rising food prices and ensure sustainable food security in the country. At a briefing on Thursday in Abuja, Mr. Dele Alake, Presidential Advisor on Special Duties, Communications and Strategy, Tinubu said the interventions were meant to have immediate impact on the most vulnerable Nigerians. As a hands-on leader who follows developments across the country every day, Mr. President is not unmindful of the rising cost of food and how it affects the citizens. While availability is not a problem, affordability has been a major issue to many Nigerians in all parts of the country. This has led to a significant drop in demand, thereby undermining the viability of the entire agriculture and food value chain. And to contend this trend, the president announced the declaration of a state of emergency on food security and other measures. And the fourth one I have here is coming from a popular prophet, Prophet Elijah Bamidele. He made a statement, or rather a revelation, that he saw handcuffs in Peter Obi's hands, the general overseer of the Christ House of Prayer and Deliverance Ministries. Prophet Elijah Bamidele has revealed what God allegedly showed him. Prophet Bamidele said there would be a gang-up against Peter Obi, the Labour Party candidate for president in 2023 election. The Lagos-based Prophet Bamidele asked Peter Obi to watch the kind of interviews he grants to the press. In his exact words, I quote, "I saw it very clearly. I saw handcuffs in the hands of Peter Obi. This is my counsel for Peter Obi. Be careful, because I saw. Should I call it a gang up? I saw him in DSS custody so that his case will not be worse than the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I saw it very clear. P2B should be very careful of what he says this period of the interviews he grants because they want to use his words against him. And number 5, coming from Labran Maku, declare P2B winner. That's Labran Maku says. And the 6th one, which according to us should be the last but not the least, Nigeria witnessed worst phase of corruption under Buhari, coming from Bishop Kuka. The Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Sokoto, Matthew Kuka, has said that Nigeria witnessed the worst phase of corruption during the last administration led by President Muhammadu Buhari. Kuka stated this while delivering a keynote speech at the 60th call to bar anniversary celebration of legal icon Afe Babalola in Ado-Ekiti on Monday. The cleric noted that corruption did not start under Buhari, but that his administration amplified it morally and financially. And this is where we call it today on what I have here. All right, over to you, Peter Nosike. Where do we start? Let's start from the first one, U.S. imposing visa ban on Chief Justice of Nigeria.
Well, sometime ago, NLC, Nigeria Labour Congress, said that they are opening up a horn of shame for Nigeria judges that will undermine the elections. So I feel that this visa ban has given them where to start. This 6 names already should move into that horn of shame. These 6 names that U.S. has placed visa on should automatically move into that horn of shame. Then, but there are still other ones, like one Okun in Abuja Judiciary Division, one Okun and one John Okoro.
Okay, you think they should join the ban?
Their name should be sent immediately to that horn of shame. Because judgment is not supposed to be delivered anything beyond 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. But the Okon in Abuja issues injunctions by 9 p.m. The John Okoro in Abuja issues injunction by 10 midnight. So for me, U.S. took the right decision because since 2020, I've been searching all the notebooks to know the justification of somebody that came forth being declared a winner of an election. That I'm talking of Hope Uzodinma. Also, there are 27 local governments in Imo State, 27. Uzodinma won only 2. Only 2 local governments. Then what on earth warrant him being declared a governor? 2 out of 27. Put it in percentage. So it is the worst judgment that I have ever seen. Then for, this former Senate President, Ahmed, his case was mentioned in the EU report. And the APC was making noise that is a desktop, a desktop a report. But now, this is no more EU, this is now US. Which means US also saw what the European Union saw. That what INEC did was very, very bad. And mind you, when Rochas Okorocha confronted Ahmed said that it was not even him that petitioned, that it was INEC that went and petitioned the Supreme Court on his behalf. Then we now want to think of, is Gospel Akpabio ubiquitous to be both at the presidential election primary, then and at the senatorial presidential
primary.
So it doesn't make sense. So for me, the step is in the right direction, but I feel this should be just the beginning. Visa ban is not enough.
But don't you think that US is being too harsh on them?
They have not even started. They should impose ban on their immediate family, all of them, their wives and their children. Their wife and their children, and also freeze their accounts. That's the way to visa ban is not enough. Because if they don't go to America,
they can go to other countries.
They can go to France. They can go to Britain. So visa ban is not enough. They should go higher than visa ban. All the members of the immediate family should be banned. Their foreign account must be frozen. So for me, visa ban should just be an introduction of their punishments.
But do you think that this US ban will also attract other countries imposing ban on them too?
Well, America is like senior prefect of the whole world. So the other parts of the world look at America and to their step. So with this visa ban, and I know that the other countries in Europe might also be looking towards that direction. But as I said, visa ban is not enough. And visa ban on them is not enough. Their whole family members should be banned. Their foreign account should be banned. But again, this also sends a very good message to the other judges, because most of the election cases are still in the court. The others should know what is awaiting them if they deliver unpopular or controversial judgments. So the visa ban come at the right time to warn the other people of what is likely going to happen to them. But as I said, visa ban on them individually is not enough. US should extend it to their immediate family and also freeze their accounts anywhere outside Nigeria. But as I said, it's a right step in the right direction. But the ban should just be an introduction. They should follow it up with a ban on their immediate family, their wife and children, and then freeze their account so that it will touch them. Sure.
All right. Let's go to the second that we have here. The president says that he will share 8,000 naira to 12 million households for 6 months. And he is opting
that's 12 million
households, families, that he will give them 8,000 naira for 6 months. That's monthly for 6 months. How do you react?
That is a very big scam. That is a very big scam. These people have been looking for ways to be getting that subsidy. And they have started with education student loan fund, which is another scam. Then this one now is continuation of that scam. Why? There's no way you can measure this. One English philosopher, Jerry Bentham, said that government should always seek the greatest happiness of the greatest number of people in a country. That government should always seek the greatest happiness of the greatest number of people in the country, in a country. So, about 2 weeks ago in this program, you read what Tonya Cole the APC governorship candidate in Rivers State, said that over 70 million Nigerians are in abject poverty. 70 million Nigerians. World Bank said that 133 million Nigerians are into multi-dimensional poverty. Okay. Now, they said that they have 12 million. To start with, how did they get this 12 million? What is the criteria for getting this 12 million? Understand? There's no data in this country. How did they get this? The poorest of the poor in any country are the invisible people. You don't see them. You don't. They are like roots that are inside the soil. You don't see them. They are now telling you that they are going to be transferring money to their accounts, which means the poorest of the poor in Nigeria have bank accounts. The poorest of the poor, my mother in the village, I transfer money to my brother in the village to give to him, to her. That's my mother in the village. I used to transfer money to my brother in the village to now withdraw and give to her. But these people are telling you that the poorest of the poor, that they will be making transfers directly to their account, which means, one, the poorest of the poor in Nigeria has phone numbers. The poorest of the poor in Nigeria have bank accounts. They went to the bank, fulfill all the requirements, and the bank opened account for them. Do you see that? That this is scam.
All right, let me take you down memory lane. Here in this studio on this program, we talked about $800 million palliative during the Buhari administration. Is there any way you can compare or contrast that to this one now?
Continuation of the scam. Because the woman mentioned, is this Hajia?
Yes, the finance minister.
Yes, Safia mentioned that they have a
social register,
national social register, which nobody has admitted that his or her name is in there. So, and mind Chris Ngige also said that they were paying 10,000 naira every 2 months to 1.6 million Nigerians. Nobody has ever said that he received such amount.
Maybe he's talking about imaginary Nigerians.
So this is continuation of subsidy on another stage. That is what is going on. If even in heaven, the poorest of the poor will not have bank accounts, let alone in Nigeria. So that thing is a very big scam. And okay, now they said they are picking 12 million to be given 8,000 naira every month. I have checked. That 8,000 a month means 53 naira a day. Bibnas, what can you buy with 53 naira?
I want to take 8,000 naira to the market and see if you will not come out in the next few minutes.
No, 53 naira per day. That's what that 8,000 naira a month comes out.
To buy biscuits, probably to buy biscuits.
53 naira a day.
Yes.
Even this sachet milk, none is selling below 50 naira.
Is there anyone selling for 50 naira?
None. Dano cowbell chocolate, none is selling under 50 naira, and they are giving 10,000 naira, which will not get to anybody.
Naira.
They are giving 8,000 naira, which will not get to anybody. So this is just Nigeria is now in a very big one chance boss.
Mr. Osike, you're actually predicting that it will not get. Are you not hopeful that Nigerians will get this money? Because Nigerians are actually happy about getting 8,000 naira.
I doubt if anybody is happy.
Of course, I saw it on social media when some people were saying that it's a step to the right direction. That at least he's doing something, he's trying. They are hopeful that they will get the 8,000 naira.
So are their names there? Were they picking?
We've not seen names. We don't know how to register. Maybe we.
They already have 12 million names.
Okay.
They already have 12 because the National Assembly approved that money that same day. Within 24 hours, they approved 500 billion. No sayers. Everybody agreed. And the same Jerry Bentham said that legislators should measure the pleasure and pains associated with any legislation. Understand me? That is what Jerry Bentham said, that legislatures, lawmakers should always measure the pleasures and pain of every law that they want to make. So if you are making law, you should make sure that the law would always increase the pleasure of the people instead of the pain. So what our National Assembly has been doing is inflicting pain on the masses. What they have been doing is inflicting pain on the masses. They don't measure the pain, they don't measure the pleasure and the pains of the decisions that they are taking. Because they should have asked question, what should this 500 billion naira do? What should 8,000 naira do to a household in Nigeria? A household means father, mother, and the children. Father, mother, and children, and you are giving them 50,000. That's 53 naira. I cannot even give my child in primary school 50 naira. So, one, nobody has asked how they got that 12 million names. What is the criteria? Who went to the villages and begin to take names of poor people and their account number? Nobody did. So that money is entering into their pockets. Tomorrow, they will bring out figures. Emefiele said that Buhari told him to be paying 500 billion to the humanitarian minister's account. 500 billion monthly. Did anybody in Nigeria feel that such a thing is going on?
No.
Now, it is now this 500 billion that they will now give to 8,000 naira per family for 6 months. After that 6 months, what happens? Assuming that they give. The best way to run an economy down, the best way to destroy a country is to borrow and consume. You can never get out of it. No country can survive on borrowing and consumption. We should be thinking of being a producing country, not a consuming country. But what is happening now is you are borrowing to be consuming. How can you compete with the other nations? How can you get out of poverty?
So what do you think the president should do in place of disbursing 8,000 naira to vulnerable Nigerians?
Create an enabling environment. Create an enabling environment for business to grow. When business grow, when small-scale businesses grow, empower SMEs. They will employ people. People will begin to feed themselves. In China, they have a philosophy of one family, one product. One family, one product. This is how to become a producing country. But for borrowing and consuming, which started from Buhari and continued from Tinubu, Nigeria will be worse for it. I predicted this many months ago, that Nigeria will move from purgatory to hellfire. I said this before the presidential election, that Nigeria will move from purgatory to hellfire. And when they begin to give a household 53 naira that cannot even buy standard biscuits, you know where we are.
Well, Peter Nsige is actually saying that 8,000 naira will not take us anywhere. But most Nigerians, especially here in Lagos, are hopeful that the 8,000 naira will get to them.
We'll do what?
We'll get to them. They will receive the 8,000 naira. Hopefully, when they receive it,
what would Bibnas? Can 8,000 naira cook a pot of soup?
It can't in Nigeria for now. It can't. It can't. So, but people say it's a step towards the right direction. How, I don't know. Maybe they are right. Maybe we are not. Or maybe we are right. They are not. Anyways, time will tell. All right, let's go to the third one that we have here. Tinubu rolls out measures to tackle rising food prices.
Another scam.
People will always say that you are not seeing anything good about our president.
Another scam. This is just staying in your comfort zone and be rolling out policies that doesn't reflect the reality on ground. You are declaring a state of emergency on food production. Even what Dene Anake said means that there's a disconnect between him and he said that even though there's availability, there's no affordability. The truth is there's no availability. That's the truth. There's no availability. If he has any sense of economics, once there's availability, prices fall down.
Of course.
Once there's availability, prices fall, there must be affordability. He can deceive those he can deceive. Understand? One, there's no availability. Benue State is the food basket of the country. Are people going to the farm in Benue State? It's a question.
Of course not.
Are people people are being killed on the daily basis in Benue State? That's the food basket of the nation. Where in this country are people going to the farm? Where in Nigeria are people going to the farm? For people to go to the farm, even in the villages, they have to go in group because of fear
of being attacked.
Herdsmen are in the bush, killing, raping, destroying. Plateau State, in the last 1 or 2 months, 346 people has been killed. Who are those that are doing that farming that has brought availability? All the people all the Hausa boys that are running Okada in Lagos here are farmers in the north. It is because of Boko Haram that they left there and come here. The youth have left farming. So where is that availability? So before you declare food security, you should have gotten security. Once there's security, people can easily go to the farm. But there's insecurity everywhere in the country. So what he is doing is just doing the more you look, the less you see. We are on a jamboree. Nothing substantial has gone on since this man came into power. Nothing substantial. All we are doing is just hypes and gestures. I've never seen any competency. You just stay in your office, declare emergency on food security. Why people cannot go to the farm? Who will bring those food? Because of the fear of, because of the insecurity, people are no longer going to the farm. So for there to be food, the issue of security must be addressed. Without addressing security, there will be no food. All the northerners that are driving Okada here, before now, we are all farming in the north. Even bringing that food from one state to the other is not possible because of what? Insecurity. Then how has there been availability? So what you should talk about is the Canadian state of emergency on security. I even heard that he said that military should go to the farms and begin to guard farmers. Do you understand that? Yes. The soldiers should now go to the farm.
Isn't that the way of tackling insecurity?
So how many soldiers do you have? How many soldiers do you have that will start going into the bush? That will go...
Different states.
They have not even finished Sambisa. The number of soldiers that we have had not addressed the issue of Boko Haram. You now say that they should be going into the bush. So it means that if you want that to go to the farm in the morning, you call two soldiers to follow you and watch you while you farm. After, he will also escort you home. You see that some people are not thinking.
All right, Peter Nsige, let me read this sentence for you so that you can react. The president said he will immediately release fertilizers and grains to farmers and households to mitigate the effect of the subsidy removal.
Then, if you release fertilizer
and grains,
and the soldiers will now be accompanying those farmers to the farm, isn't it? People are not thinking. People are not thinking. Okay, when Abuja airport was shut down, the tarmac was bad. Then, if you want to go to Abuja, you have that to go to Kaduna Zaria Airport. Now go with either a train or bus to Abuja. That was how we were going to Abuja then. Understand?
Yes.
So I traveled that way. I traveled to Kaduna. From Kaduna, that's by air. Now entered a train. Because of some VIPs in the train, they sent a helicopter to accompany us. So a helicopter was accompanying the train from Zaria to Abuja. Can you imagine the money that is being wasted? Can you imagine the money that is being wasted? So if Tinubu releases fertilizer and farmers will put on a bulletproof and go to the farm, is it? So what you should do is to address security first. Once there's security, people can comfortably go and farm. But for now, nobody is farming. Benue people are not farming. Plateau people are not farming. Kano people are not farming because of what? Insecurity. In the east, people are not farming. In the west, people are not farming. So where is the availability of food? Where is it? So he should not put the cart before the horse. He should not put the cart before the horse. And let the main thing be treated as the main thing. The main thing in this issue is security. Forget about declaring that he can only make fools happy. He can only make people who are not thinking happy. I have declared emergency on food security. Some people will
applaud
him. Check what is on this thing ground. Nobody can risk that thing. Declared from now till tomorrow. If there's no security, nobody will go to the farm. So he should tackle the security issues first of all before declaring
state of emergency
on food and then releasing his fertilizers. For now, let the fertilizer continue being in the house or anywhere.
All right, all right. Let's go to, will I say, religiously political news now. Coming from Prophet Elijah Bamidele, where he said he saw handcuffs in Peter Obi's hands. How do you react?
Well, really, I don't believe much the way I was trained. I don't believe in all these prophets. Understand? But if this is true, they are not only making Peter Obi another Nelson Mandela, they are making him Jesus Christ. If that's assuming that thing comes to pass, they are not only making Peter Obi Nelson Mandela, they are making him Jesus Christ. Because I have said this somewhere that the reason why you and I and other people in Nigeria are Christians is because the Jews handled Jesus wrongly. The Jews handled Jesus' own problem wrongly. If they had ignored Jesus and did not persecute him and did not crucify him, you and I would not have been Christians. That's a fact. You and I would not have been Christians. It is the persecution that made Jesus a star and made Christianity what it is, because it led to them running away from Bethlehem to other cities, and they begin to propagate that gospel. That was how it got to the other parts of the world. So then, in the BCs, Jesus was not even among the popular preachers. Jesus was not even among the popular preachers. It is the interest that the Jews had on him that made him popular. And when they begin to persecute him, he begins to attract the sympathy of the people. And that is what made Christianity popular. Then when they begin to persecute them, they scattered. You see it?
Yeah.
And that's how you and I became Christians. So in the same way, if they have not killed Muhammad Yusuf, the founder of Boko Haram would not have extended from Borno State. That's a fact, because before they were already operating peacefully, doing their farm work and doing their preaching. They were not a violent organization. It is the arrest and killing of Muhammad Yusuf that attracted sympathy, and the persecution now made them to scatter. That's why we now have Boko Haram sympathizers everywhere. So arresting Peter Obi and putting handcuffs on Peter Obi would attract a lot of sympathy to him worldwide. So it will be a very big mistake for anybody to try that. So as I said, arresting him and putting handcuffs on him will be the greatest mistake that Tinubu government will ever make, because it will make Peter Obi more popular than Donald Trump. If they doubt, let them arrest him.
All right, let's actually believe that it will not happen because you don't believe in such revelations.
But if it happens, it will be in Peter Obi's own interest. If they arrest him, it will be in Peter Obi's Peter Obi will become a worldwide star. He will become more popular than Nelson Mandela. So if they arrest him, it will be in his own interest. His sympathy will be worldwide. And they may not curtail what will happen.
All right, let's go to a statement made by Labran Maku, where he says that the judiciary should declare P2OB winner and there's no need for rerun.
Well, Labaran Maku was the former deputy governor of Adamawa State. And he later became the secretary of ABGA. But later went back to PDP, where he is now. So Maku is not an obedient. So he is not an obedient. He's not a member of Labour Party. He is in PDP. And for him to make that statement shows what he saw from the election. So he's not a Labour Party member. He's not an obedient. But he said that they should declare P2OB winner because it was P2OB that won the February 25 presidential election. That they should forget about all this their rerun stuff. And going by the evidences that we saw at the presidential election petition tribunal, which APC and INEC couldn't defend. Maybe he has his point, but as I said, we are still waiting for the judiciary. We are still waiting for the judiciary to make their pronouncement.
Let's hope they do what is right. Okay, the last but not the least, because our phone is very busy now. But don't worry, we'll soon open up the phone line so that you all can call and make your comments. The last one we have here: Nigeria witnessed worst phase of corruption under Buhari. This is coming from Bishop Kuka.
Okay, Buhari took Nigeria 100 years backwards. Not some people are saying 50, some people are saying 10, but it is 100 years backwards. For now, Buhari remains the worst president that Nigeria has ever had. The worst president that Nigeria has ever had. Buhari was elected on 2 barometers. One on which are still fake, because Nigerians were deceived. The youths, those that were not born before 1985, which is 1919, which is 1993 to 95. He's competing with himself. Even all the military governments were better than his 8 years civilian rule. Abacha held the economy for 5 years. Abacha held Nigeria economy tight, even when other people were putting bans. Abacha increased our fuel just once. The economy didn't shake under Abacha. So Buhari remains the worst president that Nigeria has ever had. So when Tinubu said that he's going to continue from where he stopped, that's why I said that Nigeria will be moving from purgatory to hellfire. So Buhari was elected on 2 conditions, which were fraudulent. One, integrity. They said that he said that he cannot be corrupted. Do you understand that?
Yes.
That he cannot be, he's not corrupt. That during his tenure as a military head of state, he launched what they call the war against indiscipline. But those of us who were around knew what was happening then. That's number one. that Buhari is not corrupt. Number two, that Buhari is a military man, that he fought Matasine in Kanu, 1982. So as he fought Matasine, Jonathan is not fighting Boko Haram because he's not an army officer. So that Buhari is going to do it. So it was based on that two ground that they elected him. But his government is now the most corrupt in this country. The money that they recovered at Ikoyi, what this thing happened? It was in Buhari's government that both rats, snake, monkeys begin to swallow money. So what Bishop Matthew Kuka said is true. It is true that his regime is the worst that we have ever had. That's why most Nigerians celebrated the happy survival in May 2023.
All right. Thank you so much, Peter Nosike. You've actually done justice to your analysis. All right. This is the time to open up the phone lines for Nigerians to contribute. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903. Please remember to be civil in your comments. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, my sister.
Good evening, my brother. How are you doing?
Yeah, fine. God bless you. My name is Abubakar Bello.
All right. Go ahead.
Now, I have two questions to ask your analyst. Number one, if Obi was the one that won this election, would have changed Nigeria between 2 months. That is number one. Then number two, your analyst, didn't you have any other analyst?
All right. I don't know what happened. So he said if Obi had won the election, would you have said all of this that you're saying?
No. He said, would he have changed Nigeria within 2 months?
Within 2 months, yes.
Yes. Process is very, very important. If he had read what Tinubu's May 29th speech said, he said that he will phase out subsidy. That he's going to phase out, that's phase by phase. That he will, not that he's going to, he has removed. So what he announced is not what was on his speech or in his speech.
All right, can I take this call? Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening, my sister.
Good evening, sir. Please tell us your name and location.
I'm Nemeka from Ejibo.
All right, Nemeka, go ahead.
My greeting to Mr. Abusike.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your good work. Thank you for your good work.
Thank you.
My sister, my comment goes to the 8,000 naira. They say they want to share people.
Okay. Not just anybody, vulnerable Nigerians. Very poor Nigerians.
Yeah, I know another formula of scam is that. And it's a very shameful people like us still living in this kind of mess. Still having people at the end of our faith living this way. As a regime, family this month, sharing family this money. But under its regime, they record higher poverty than ever recorded in this country under the regime. And you see that thing, and you started again this your own formula again. Are you telling us that you did not see what happened before? Nigerians have been needed so much 8 years ago. 8 years ago, Nigerians have been needed. Then we are now waiting for to see change, and we are not seeing anything. What we are seeing again is more stealing. More stealing. About this man that is talking about the election that they should give it to P2B. Let me tell you, my sister. This is not Mr. Yakubu, INEC chairman, and Buhari where PDP find themselves, that is where APC is supposed to be also. The family, we need a change. You know, formula. It can be doing all things, getting good results. No, any results. We did. I don't blame the small boy that tell me that all these men, all of them, they go school of great root and share institution. That's where they attend school. That's why everything about everything that is in their brain is to create and read it and share it among themselves. Huh? What kind of thing is this? The government really take to create us as to be Nigerian. That our leaders cannot make use of what God gives us. Mineral resources are here. Human resources are great. Let me tell you, my sister, for black to have respect in the world today, Nigeria contributes about 50% of it. Nigeria has a citizens. Then why are we here messing up ourselves? I'm from Ghana. I said I will not be contributing in Nigeria affairs, but I started listening to your station. I say, okay, let me start putting what we put at Ghana here, because we do contribute at Ghana government. There is a private security company at Ghana. Ghana government never play with that security company, and those security companies go to Nigeria guys. Democrats are talking to them, they are not listening. You are packing politicians around you, and very old days. Upon the suffering of the citizens. Upon the suffering of the citizens. We can't talk about I can't debate any political issue with other countries anymore. All the platform like that, I just cancel the platform because I don't know what to say again. I don't know what to say anymore. Every day they are pouring shame upon our cities. Every day they are pouring shame upon our cities. Look at the innocent children around us coming up. No future creating for them. Their father don't know where you get the next meal for the children. And you people are there sharing families, it's 3 nights a day. Is it not an insult to them? Is it not an insult to them? May God have mercy upon their souls. May God bless you people, Matthew.
Thank you so much, Ijeoma. Thank you. All right, the phone line is free, and you can call in to make your comments. We shared a good number of stories with you that trended during the week. Among the stories we shared is the U.S. imposes visa ban on Chief Justice of Nigeria. How do you react? Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. Please tell us your name and location.
Yeah, this is John Legend calling from Mushi.
All right, John Legend, go ahead.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, one guy made a speech yesterday, and I really believe in what he said. You see, I remember the time of Delegiwa, during the time of Bangida. I know it's a blessed memory, but most of the problem we are having in these days is most of all these journalists. Because why? All these things we have been complaining and lamenting and shouting and crying about, we are only talking, and they are doing what they want to do. I remember when all this kind of news happened during the time of military. Journalists will come out and stand bold and stand over the poor Nigerians. Since we adopt this democracy, I have never seen anything better in this democracy. I even prefer military. Then, that our money still have a little value. That people cannot siphon money like this. Even an ordinary newspaper, they are buying it in millions and billions. During the time of Goodluck Jonathan, they were losing millions. During the time of Buhari, they are losing billions. Now, during the time of Asuwaju, it will be trillions. Then after Asuwaju now, as they have planned to send it back to North, I don't know what next figure to talk about. It's increasing. I have you when I say you should fight, for this thing. Our they told us that we shouldn't talk, we should mind our way. But the people that are looting this people, they did not mind. They did not mind to loot. But when we want to vote out, the way it's telling us that I am buying, I use 4,000 naira to run. I told them that I make bags. The worst business I have made in my life for 32 years in this business. The worst year I make business in this business is since this Buhari enter office. I have never seen a good job. Since 8 years now, I have never do a good job. Now, after Buhari left the office, Asiwaju enter. For a few months now, Asiwaju enter. It's like almost 1 year or 2 years of Buhari I have suffered in these 2 months. That I use 8,800 naira to buy fuel to do day and night work. I used to buy 3,500 naira and do. And they are still selling the same price that I use. Because if you not do, hunger will kill you. They will say, okay, they don't have money for this. So, this government now you are talking about, this current government you are talking about, I am telling you that there will be nothing good will come out from it. Because Aisha Farouk told us that she spent so many millions of naira to feed Nigerians, but it was during the COVID-19 we were at home. The man that is using our money, play out 419, capital 419, so that a Nigerian airline will be working. Where is the Nigerian airline, my sister? I beg, you people should call yourself meeting. Or you people should go more training. So that this thing, it will affect one day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your comment. All right, the phone line is still open and our WhatsApp line is also open. You can call us on 0700 903 903 903 and our WhatsApp line is 0700 903 9039. And okay. Hello, good evening to you. Please adjust the audio of your radio so we can talk.
Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Please tell us your name and location.
Peter Nosike, very much thanks. And the lady with you there. This is Polycarp from Elasa.
All right, go ahead, sir.
Peter Nosike, you are making very good analysis. And what we are saying there is for the good of every Nigerian. Now, make your calculation now. 12 million people to get 8,000 naira every month or something like that. Just make the calculation. You will find out that it's over the amount, that 500 million by about 70,000 or thereabouts. So that one tallies with the fact that they didn't calculate very well. It's not something somebody coming out to see this is what did they plan, how did they get the statistics? How did they come about 12 million people in Nigeria? How did they choose? How are they going to tell Nigerians that this is the people that are suffering most in this country? So what I'm saying is that it's like the man who said earlier that how can Ashwaji, if it were to repeat to be, can he change Nigeria in 2 months? But our people used to say from morning, we know how the end of the day is going to be. Why the emphasis on money, sharing this and sharing that? Let me ask this question. Why did they remove subsidy? They were saying that subsidy is a scam. Okay, this one they are collecting money now, collecting loan and sharing. Is it not a scam? So my advice for them, if they are serious, let them go back to subsidy because they don't have any reason for removing subsidy, only to come back to this scam now. Let them go back to subsidy. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you so much. All right, you can still call in. We shared a good number of stories ranging from the U.S. Visa ban on Chief Justices of Nigeria, the 12 million household that the president says they will be giving 8,000 naira for 6 months. And, okay, let's take the call. Hello, good evening to you. Hello. All right, I can't hear anything. Do well to call back. Among the stories we shared is Tinubu rolls out measures to tackle rising food prices. That is the declaration of state emergency on food. Hello, good evening to you.
Good, my sister.
Good evening. Welcome to the show. Please tell us your name and location.
My name is Ibrahim from Elasa.
All right, Ibrahim, go ahead.
What I want to say is that all our politicians, they are the same. Are you listening to me, my sister?
Yes.
The only thing is that when they are not in power, we believe that maybe they are going to do well. When they reach there, it's going to be the same. If you know this week now, Mr. President, give something billion naira to House of Rep and it is finished. Tell me, which party come out from there? Say, okay, we don't want to. At least we have Labour Party in Rep, we have them in the Senator, in the Senate, and we have a young party there. I expect them to come out and say, we know this time around, Nigeria are not happy. We are not going to share this money to them with them. All of them keep quiet because they are going to share it together. There's no difference between these people. Let us tell ourselves the truth. If we even first, we have opportunity to be there tomorrow, we will see the secret of him first. My sister, we should not defend anybody in this country. All of them are the same. Because me, I'm telling one of my friends yesterday that this money 70-something billion at this time, and when Nigeria are not happy, why this Labour party out of rep? Why they keep quiet? Why they not come out and say no? They share this money. All of them keep quiet and they are going to share the money together, going to shop Nigeria for the next 4 years together. We should not be here and be supporting them or I'll be taking some people and say some people are bad. All of them are the same in this country. Our politicians, there are no difference between them at all. They are all the same. Have a nice day, my sister. I love your voice. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. The phone line is free now, so you can call into the show. Let's get to hear your take on the stories we shared with you. Because I'm going through the stories so that people who are just joining us can know what we're talking about and also join the conversation. All right. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. Please tell us your name and location.
Yes, my name is Frank. I'm calling from Ejibo.
All right, Frank, go ahead.
Yes, on this Buhari's Tinubu's food security, I don't think the man is serious. He's simply being clueless. I don't know how you can talk about food security without, first of all, tackling the problem of the farmers across Nigeria. Millions of farmers farm across Nigeria, and it is the aggregate of the food produce in farms across Nigeria that constitute national food supply. Now, what is stopping the farmers from farming? Fulani herdsmen. What do you call them? A bandit. I thought that this man would first of all disarm these Fulani herdsmen, bandits, remove them from all the forests across Nigeria. Before you talk about farmers, returning to farm and then emergency security, this and that. Tinubu is still afraid of the Fulani cabal and Buhari has not taken over this government and then has a firm brief on it. Before you talk about food in Nigeria, Fulani herdsmen must leave the farms and the forest, these people's land. Then people will return to farms. That's when you talk about food coming back into Nigeria. And the next thing should be then allow food to come into the country. Open the borders. Let people see food to buy and eat, for crying out loud. You see all them sit down there, say he's just being unnecessarily clueless. He doesn't know what Nigerians want.
I think the president is trying to do this thing one after the other. He cannot do everything at the same time. Don't you think so?
But look, let me tell you, are we going to die until he finish? The former president never allowed Fulani. In short, he brought in the Fulani herdsmen and the bandits. He brought them in and supported them. I thought that this man, if he's serious about Nigerian people, including the Yoruba people of his race, he should let the Fulani people drag them away, disarm all of them, so that people will go back to farm. So it's not, I don't think he's doing anything one at a time. He's simply not serious, or he's afraid of touching the cabal, because the cabal, we know them. They are Fulani people. They don't want they don't want good for Nigeria. Then he will now move on. Open the borders, for crying out loud. Hunger is killing Nigerians, including Yoruba people, and all of us just be quiet. He doesn't know what he's doing for now. But if he wants to do that in the future, well, I wish Nigerians luck. But for me, I am not seeing any hope at all. No hope at all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. But I believe Nigerians are seeing hope. What do you have to say? He said the president is exactly less.
I agree 100% with his submission. Before there could be food in the country, you must disarm the bandits, the terrorists in the forests. Otherwise, nobody will go to the farm. As I said before, Benue State is the food basket of the country. For now, nobody is farming in Benue State. Herdsmen, wherever that they come from, are everywhere in the forest in Benue. Nobody is farming. Then how can there be food? Then the INEC who said that there is availability. There's no availability. Food can only come when there's security. Without security, there can be no. So farmers are not farming in the country. So bring all the fertilizers in the world and put in Nigeria. Farmers will not go to the farm until their lives are secured.
Of course. Let's take this call, please. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening,
Adjust the audio of your radio.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome to the show.
Yes, I wanted to ask, what is the secret behind not repair our refinery? What is the secret? Let them publish it out. Let the whole Nigeria know the secret behind it. Why we will continue to borrow money and share? Borrow money to share means we are not capable to work for ourselves. Borrow money to share means we are not ready to even do the panel he's talking about. Now, the money they wanted to share, is it going to make any impact for every Nigerian? That is my question. Let them do the refinery. Let them work the refinery. If they can't do it, let them go ban crude oil. They should ban crude oil. We know, say, all of us will go farm, go do work. They are not be there receiving 200 million naira, 500 million naira. Then masses will be here suffering. I think it's unfair. It's unfair giving somebody 50 naira. Somebody from that seat, can he go for Buka, eat 100 naira food? That cloth where you wear will turn to yellow. Yes, that white shirt where you wear goes to that assembly. You go turn to blue. So let them tell us the secret of not repairing our refinery. Why that hotel? It didn't take him 1 year to repair the refinery. Why is it that to borrow money to share is our major problem in this country? It's a very big shame for every Nigerian to see, say, we borrow money from the share. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. Even the household cannot even do that. say you borrow money, go the share. While human beings are here breathing, we are breathing, eating food, we do all those sort of things. We cannot gather people to do refinery for Nigerians. So let us tell us the secret of not repairing that refinery. Let everybody, the whole Nigeria know. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Martins. I think they will tell us pretty soon.
Well, the issue of not repairing the refinery, it just there's no political will. Some people are making money from the petroleum product that they are importing. That is all.
All right. Hello. Good evening to you.
Thank you very much, Chairman.
Please adjust the audio of your radio. Adjust the audio of your radio so we can talk.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, it's fine now. Please tell us your name and location.
This is Mr. Victor speaking.
All right, Victor, go ahead.
I want to contribute in the area of that food sharing, 8,000 naira. APC are made of the same feather. They are the problem of this nation, Nigeria. Buhari and Tinubu work together, they drink water in one cup. They should stop deceiving Nigeria. They should stop deceiving Nigeria. One day, God will arrest all of them. Thank you, and bye-bye.
All right, thank you. Good evening to you. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening to you. Please tell us your name and location.
This is Ugo. Am I on the program with Mr. Anosike?
Sure, you are, Ugo. Go ahead.
Please, people should stop saying that politicians are the same. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Well, the reason why I said is because of looking at the scripture as a Christian. David was among the armies of the Saul. If you read the scripture very well in the book of Samuel, he said, "Whose son is this?" When after challenging Goliath, Saul now said, "Whose son is this?" Peter Obi is not the same with other politicians. Whether he's in PDP, whether he's in Apoga, whether he's even in APC. The answer is this: among the people of Israel, a man who is a king, who is not doing the will of God, rose up and said, "Whose son is this?" And the same Bible said, "I have found a man after my heart." And that man is David. God was speaking. Listen to me. If they like, let them try to paint P2B blue. Let them try to paint P2B black. I'm in England. Come and see Nest Cash and Carry. It's one of the most expensive shops where you can get anything in England because they sell only but original. P2B have made name. At least he is 60 now. At this stage of his life, he has gotten to the climax, even without being the president of Nigeria. He has gotten to the climax of his life, and his record have shown that he is a man of little want. He is not desperate for anything. He is only desperate to see Nigeria work. It's a very serious issue that we don't understand what a man like this stands to represent, and we are saying all politicians are the same. It is quite unfortunate. Thank you very much. My big regard to Mr. Anosike. People will be criticizing him, but he's making a name for himself, his generation, and he's fulfilling destiny. Thank you, Mr. Anosike. God bless you.
Thank
and
you
too
so
as well.
much. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Ugo. Thank you very much. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Good evening. Please tell us your name and location.
Mr. Anosike. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
More grace to your able.
Please adjust the audio of your radio so we can hear you clearly.
Hope it's okay now.
Yes, it's fine. You can talk.
Now, like the last caller said.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, my sister. Good evening, Mr. Anosike.
Good evening.
Please tell us your name and location.
Yeah, my name is Chooks from UK.
All right, Chooks, go ahead.
It's I think one of the callers in my mind, he said, for you to do anything meaningful about food shortage in Nigeria, you first of all get rid of every impediment that is on the bushes, on the farms. That is a classic. In fact, that's what we call leaders. This is how leaders should be thinking. For him to come command the soldiers, go this, go that, go that, that is not leadership. Leadership is looking at what concerns the people, what is touching the people. Now you identify that we don't have food. What are you supposed to do for that food to come in place? You are supposed to tackle the problems. And what are the problems? You call it farmers' headers clash, which is complete lie. Stop these people from getting inside the bushes and killing farmers, because nobody wants to die. Nobody wants to die. That is the first thing he should have done by clearing the bushes if he actually wants people to succeed in getting food to eat. And again, I'm going to touch on the judges being banned. I mean, it's coming too late. They need to ban them so that whatever happens in Nigeria, they sit down there and everybody will drink from the same cup. Because I'm telling you, whether they like it or not, it is not going to be business as usual. And what do I mean by that? If they continue in this way, there will come a time people cannot feed. There will come a time people cannot do anything, and nobody need to ask the people to react. That is a complete. It's not only in Nigeria; it's been happening all over the world. So whether they like it or not, they got to do the right thing. And the man who said, give this thing to Peter Obi that he won. That is completely true. Just like the last speaker said, all the politicians are the same. Now, among the politicians, you can still find one person. It's just like if you are outside Nigeria, 90% of time you speak with people, they look at you as that Nigerian 419, right? But yet we have Nigerians who are credible. So you cannot come and say all politicians are the same. Yes, there are very few that are different, but we cannot discard them, even though there are few. So, brother, keep it up. I think you are making a name for yourself. You are making a name for yourself, because I must tell you one thing. Our journalists are the problem of Nigeria. The journalists, I'm so sorry because I'm talking to journalists as I'm talking. I'm so sorry for you guys, but the body of journalism is the problem we have in Nigeria. Each government that comes in, guard them. And they don't even understand their job. Because if they understand their job is to inform the people. Look, there was a time, right? There was names of terrorist sponsors, right? From I think Dubai or wherever, somewhere in Middle East, right? What did we hear about that to date? Where is our journalist? These are the kind of things the journalist supposed to be, monitoring, saying it, going there, asking them, we want to know about this. If actually the journalists want Nigeria to be safe and, be as it's supposed to be. So these are the first person that called that said journalists are our problem. I've been hitting on this. The journalists are the problem of Nigeria. People that are problem of Nigeria is the journalists and the MPA. Because these are the people that has the power to change everything changeable in that country. And they are aloof, not thinking about that. I'm so sorry. But where I'm living today, without the journalists, it would have been worse than Nigeria. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Peter Nosike, you need to talk about this because you too, you're a journalist. So are we the problem of the country?
Well, he said that all politicians are not the same, which means all journalists can also not be the same.
And yes. I think I understand the angle he's coming from. Journalists attacking the government.
No, what it means that journalists are not speaking out. That's exactly what they are talking about.
Now? Are we not speaking out now?
Oh, but we're like a drop in an ocean. But they should know that most of the media houses in Nigeria are being owned by politicians.
Of course.
Most of the media houses in Nigeria are being owned by politicians. So you cannot be attacking their principals or the government that they are involved in.
Now you say one guy won't go kill us with that. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening, my sister.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. And yours?
Yeah, bless the Lord. My name is Madok. I'm calling from Ojobaras.
All right, Madok.
Mr. Nosike, I greet you. Good evening, my brother.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, my intake in this issue is not, mostly problem is not the Nigerian. The problem are from the Western world. Like the money that will continue to keep on borrowing. Now, if I come to you to borrow 20 naira, but I want to buy a lamp. Tomorrow I come to you again, the same 20 naira to buy a lantern. Tomorrow I come again to buy a lantern and with the same amount. You never ask me one day, all the 20 naira you are giving to me to buy the lantern, where are the lanterns? You keep on giving me. What are you looking for? You are looking for my downfall. And being black man, we don't want anything progress for ourselves because we believe in those. Now look at World Bank. Before the last administration, they went there to borrow money. Now the incoming one, they never spent 6 months. They went to the same World Bank to borrow money again on the same topic. Now how much are we owing China? Every 6 months we went to China, we want to repair our road, we want to do railway, we want to do that, we want to, where are the money? The railway we did not see, the road we could not see. That is the money we don't even know. The Boko Haram are there. They say they want to buy weapons for insurgency. Meanwhile, they are sharing the money. The Western world continues to give us money so that we continue to go down now and then. They are happy because the black man, all their life is on them. Now, before this man came, he promised 7 and 8, he will do that. He has the money, this and that. Now, under how many months he went to go and borrow money? For what? For food. Which food? The one that they are sponsoring, according to the last time when they arrested Nelson, out of the 29 accounts he has, one was using to finance Boko Haram. Who are those Boko Haram? Who are those people financing them? Where did they got the money? The only money we say we are having here, where did they take it? Every day Nigeria produces barrels of crude oil. Where are the money? My sister, we agree that one day to reach, if we get tested, what happened to Rwanda will happen in this country if we didn't take time. Because even though the Northerners themselves, now they are feeling it, the South, it is everybody. If you reach the extent that the poor will no longer cry, the rich will not cry. God bless you.
All right. Thank you so much. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. Please tell us your name and location.
My name is Mr. Kingsley. I'm calling from Gowon Estate.
All right, go ahead, Kingsley.
Mr. Nosike, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, God bless you, sir. I want to support the second to the last caller because I keep on saying it. That said that our problem is the journalists. That's just the problem. All these politicians, this, that, is very simple. It's because the journalists are not working, the police are not working. The people that people should run to, then will now stand and now see that politician that will do all these things they are doing. That's the problem. Look at during the election. I know how many journalists that I watch it live. they injured. Arise Television represent or something like that. They injured the guy. Nothing was done about it. A lot of attacks on the journalists. And now they have limited the journalists. What they do is to sit down one place and be narrating stories they are not sure of. They will be telling us, oh, they say this. They are waiting for social media, one person to bring up something. They will now carry it on. We don't have any information. Look at what is going on. It is the people now, and I said it yesterday, and I'm saying it again. It is now the people doing journalism by themselves, and the journalists, they now sit down and be listening and still controlling the people not to talk their mind because the government have limited them not to do their work. So if I'm to attack anybody, as I'm speaking to you, I will just attack a journalist. I have no business with a politician. Police and all this and journalists are our problem because I don't know how a single man that we voted and a civilian that has nothing to show will now be in charge, controlling, doing whatever he wants, telling us not to talk. And some people will now be saying one day. There is no one day that people will talk or do anything because the thing have passed boundary. A lot of things is happening and nothing is happening. And what happened is people are dying. Maybe we'll be dying one by one. The remaining people that God will help will now do a lot of change will come. Or when some of those people will die, they will not have change. But say something is happening that people will come up and stand for the truth.
All right. Hello, good evening.
Yes.
Hello.
My name is Ogechi. Hello?
All right, I can hear you. Good evening.
Yes, my name is Ogechi. I'm calling from US. I just want to ask a question about this money sharing in Nigeria that do not have social security and no way to identify the subject. How do they plan to share it? Is it going to be in the schools, in the marketplaces, or when you're walking by, somebody will stop you and give you 8,000 naira or 1,000? I don't know. How do you plan to share that?
The president said it will be transferred. Am I right?
Well, they said that.
I still remember when I was little, when they would bring out this their national cake. You will only hear about it and you'll be seeing fertilizers being shared in the school. Some teachers that have upper hand will pay for it and they will get it and come back and sell it or give your mom 1 cup of fertilizer. This is going to be done, or have they developed another means? I remember those days in Nigeria. So I am trying to find out. He should have used the money to establish the country, build roads, or at least give them boxes to take children to the school since there's no fuel to transport them to their respective areas. Why sharing 8,000, which is almost $8 a month for a family?
All right. Okay, thank you so
Hello?
much. We can hear you.
Thank you. Please help us. We are trying to come home, but the whole situation is making it so hard. We've been here for so long, waiting for things to get better. But I definitely will claim our mandate back. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you. To get better, definitely.
So strong. We are staying strong. We are in support of everything that is in our favor, Nigerians, not the politicians. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much. Hello. Good evening. Hello. Good evening to you.
Hello. Good evening.
All right. Go ahead.
Mr. Peter Nansike. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Please tell us your name and location.
I called it about my line went off.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Go
now,
ahead.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Now, people who said that all politicians are the same, look at the area that they are coming from or where they are coming from. I don't think so. Because when Jesus called Philip to follow him, Philip said, can anything good come from Nazareth? Why did he make that statement? He believed that Nazareth was a bad place, that nothing can come there that is good. But out of that Nazareth, the Savior of the whole world came to those that believe in Christ. I don't think that all politicians are the same. And I don't think that all journalists are the same. Respected Dele Alake before as a journalist. But it's like what I don't know the kind of water that they do drink or that they do give them once they cross over to the other side. You will see someone who was good or who is good. All of a sudden, he will transform and become a chameleon. Then again, the question I want to ask Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is saying that he's going to be giving each Nigeria 53 naira per day. Now, the question I want to ask him, can he himself give any of his great-grandchild or his grandchild 15 naira per day? Can the Mr. President give any of his child 1,000 naira to feed per day? That is the question. Now, like Mr. Netike said, and I've said it earlier on this radio station, that this is another means to siphon money. It's another means to scam Nigerians. Because I didn't know where you have made your research and found out that the most vulnerable Nigeria have an account and that there are over 12 million families in Nigeria. Now, you see what these politicians now do to us. What APC do to us is this. Make them more poorer. Make them poorer so that when you give them a cup of water, they will pay for you. Just for instance, somebody who has not eaten for 7 days, no food, no water, and there's no hope of him or her feeding or drinking, you go and sold his land and use his money and buy him a cup of gari, the person will kneel down and be paying for you. The son of CK, you know where I'm going to or where I'm coming from. Now, why do I say so? If that particular man has not eaten and he sold his land and used his money to buy food for him, he will not even ask you how manage or how come. The first thing that you do is to pray for you. Say, let God bless you, that you have done well for him. Please, another question I want to ask is this. Dangote spent $20 billion to build a refinery. 20 billion or equivalent to that to build a refinery. Nigeria have spent more than that under the previous regime, Buhari, we say under APC. Yes, our refineries are not working. Now, let me go to the farmers. I interrogated about 7 Okada men. Out of those 7, 5 of them told me that they come from Borno State. And they come from Borno State. That they ran away from Borno State because of bandits and Boko Haram. That they are farmers. The other 2 came from Benue State. They say one told him that his immediate brother were killed in front of him inside the farm. He ran away for his dear life, coming to Nigeria, coming to Lagos to ride the Okada. He was even complaining that he's not even making any money here in the Okada business that he's doing. That he's suffering. Now, if you want to cushion the effect of food to be affordable, make it available. There are Labaja that have ordered his men to go to the southeast. He should have ordered them also to fight the Boko Haram and the bandits in the north. Rather, there are Labaja is coming out to beg the governors in the north. Labaja is begging the northerners to please, let us do. Help us. But in the southeast, you order your men, let them go there, go and finish them. Anybody, any youth you see in the southeast now is a suspect, becomes an IPOB member. That is what it means. Then again, coming for the Chief Justice that have banned on visa for USA, I want to know, is it the current Chief Justice or the previous one?
The current ones.
Then again, the current one.
Yeah.
Are you all right?
Yes.
Good. Let this one stand as a lesson. And like Mr. Nosike said, that is not enough. It's not enough. Let his foreign account be frozen. And let it be extended to his immediate family, so that others can learn lessons. Because if he stops him from coming to USA, he will tell you other means are there. That they can go to France, to London, where is their main home self. Then again, so to take your time. The one I want to mostly took my mouth is this. On those saying that, like one man, the first scholar, called and said that if Tinubu have won, would he have fixed Nigeria under 2 months? The question I want to ask him is this. This one that is here now, has he done anything good under the 2 months now? Under 2 months now. There are procedures which you will do something and the people will say, yes, you are going to the right direction. This was the same people who told us to keep on having patience for Buhari regime, but he just assumed office then in 2015. We had patience for 6 months. We had patience for 1 year. For 2 years, the same thing is still happening. How many souls have died under this particular regime now? All they keep on telling us is, you condemn. We condemn the killings. We condemn the killings. Show us the evidence that you condemn the killing. Do something to show that you condemn this killing. Then again, the prophet that saw a revelation on P2B, like Mr. Nosike said, if they do, that will give more elevation to P2B, to be traveling to a higher level, going to a higher level. They are making him star. They are making him star.
I think you need to round up. All right, thank you so much. That others will have a chance to contribute to the stories. We'll share a good number of stories with you, and which one do you feel you need to comment on? The numbers to call are 0700 903 903 903. And our WhatsApp line 0700 903 9039. Let us hear what you think. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening, man. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And you?
I'm fine. My name is Caro. I'm calling from the United States.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just have a quick one in this regard. What is a U.S. ban going to do for a Chief Justice? That man can travel all over the world. So why are we Nigerians not taking the bold step to move these people out of office? Why are we wasting our time? You can see other countries. You can see other Arab countries, what they have done to their government, and there was the change. What is a U.S. ban? Those people don't care. That man is a Muslim. He will go to Saudi. Saudi has the best doctors in this world. So what is a U.S. ban going to do for him? So let's not be rejoicing that the U.S. has banned them from coming to U.S. They will go to other countries. That's my question. That's my take. Then the palliative they are talking about. Why can't they use that money to build refineries, invest it in, like what your guest is saying, small businesses? Who's going to get that 8,000 naira they are talking about? They are just trying to scam us again. That is what they are trying to do. That's my take. I just hope that Nigerians will start waking up and do the right things instead of allowing foreign government to tell us what to do. A U.S. ban has nothing to do with that Chief Justice. He doesn't care. He's going to do what he wants to do and travel to other countries. He will travel all over the world. and that won't change him or change any situation. That's just my take. Thank you for giving me the audience.
Thank you so much. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening. My name is Emmanuel.
All right,
I'm calling
Emmanuel.
from Ikosi.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is what INEC chairman has actually plunged Nigeria into. Because if he had not done what he did, he wouldn't have been here talking about all of these problems. So, and from the scratch, I can see that this government is very, very clueless. It does not have a sense of direction. Because from the day you proclaim that subsidy is gone, without looking for something to cushion the effect of this subsidy, from there I knew something was wrong. The president, before he went to his Aso Rock villa, there was arrangement for the kind of repairing and renovation of that place. Why didn't he pack it without renovating? Or why didn't he pack it and start renovating it? So why must Nigerians suffer for the misdeed of the politician? I've tried to study the kind of government we have in Nigeria. The next government is always worse than the former. And that is also what is going to happen. Right from the military era, the ones that will overthrow will be worse than the former ones. So Nigerians will keep shouting. But I'm not sure this president, and in the first place, most of Nigerians, we know who we voted for. Even though I'm a Yoruba boy, I'm a Yoruba Nini, but I didn't vote for him. And since many Nigerians did not vote for him, why will we now listen to the voice of Nigerians? Because he knew he didn't got into office through our vote. So he can't listen to us. We've been shouting, we don't want 8,000 for palliative. What will 8,000 do for crying out loud? See this ridiculous amount, 50 naira per day. Who among their children will they give 50 naira a day and we appreciate it? They're just trying to fool us, and we've been shouting, we don't want it. Our refinery, since the day the president came in, he never said anything about our refinery. So what is he playing? He has been playing a one-sided game. He has always been on defense. He does not want to step on people's toes. And when I begin to talk with people that even Yorubas like myself, they'll call me bastard. I'm a bastard. So if I do not support APC now, I'm already a bastard. And look at what we have. Thank God all of us are suffering for it. Now, as I'm talking to you, all my account is almost drained, almost red. I'm the firstborn of my family, for crying out loud. 2 of my siblings are in school. In fact, 3 of them are in school. Even myself, I'm a student, but I'm working. And now, there's not even hope. My parents does not have anything to survive on. Every day, I'll still be the one to send money home, to send money to my siblings. And look at it. There is not even work. I work as a plumber. Most times, people will even prefer to save their money than to now call you to come and repair something. Though, because everybody can see the reality of everything going on now. This country is thrown into a kind of devastating state. I don't know what to call it. But I know that if the right person that we voted for came into power, he will listen to the voice of masses. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It's quite a pity. All right, let's quickly go to the WhatsApp messages. Good afternoon, crew. With this APC governance in Nigeria, from local to federal government is what I call one chance. From controversial election to subsidy removal to rubber stamp Senate and House of Reps to unpresidential taxes and student loan. Now billions of naira and dollars for the boys, confusing us with palliatives for people. Like Adebantu said, loyalty in Akash and carry, objection and mortuary. Everybody get agenda with their mercenary enterprise. It's a big shame. The judiciary is on trial. They need to get it right, or else we are in hot water. The foundation of a good leader is known by his character, attitude, selflessness, transparency, easily accessible, giving policies that will move from consumption to production, cutting cost of governance from top bottom, create policies that will change people's lives positively. You don't need vote buying and orientation. INEC and police conspiracy to enter power. Don't continue on a former taskmaster legacy. Come to debate to assess and check your sense of governance by journalists. But the reverse is the case with your president. Is about government of waste, by waste for waste. They have taken us 50 years backwards. Truly, there was a country. It's a shame. Please, after the show, play Bad Leadership by Labaja or Cash and Carry by Dio from all right, Dio, thank you so much. This one is coming from Comrade Peter saying, God will bless Mr. Msike for speaking the truth at the same time speaking for the masses, but I'm confident in what Almighty will soon visit these people so that his people will have peace. Okay, good evening, VOP. For anyone that cares to listen, no president elected on the platform of APC or PDP can revive Nigeria from her present predicament. I said this because such president will be forced to keep to the biddings of the Fulanis. The only way out is a radical president under a different political party that is not under the influence of the Fulanis. Any rational thinking Nigeria will agree with me on this issue. A word, as they said, is enough for the wise. From Agege. All right. This is coming from Ken from Elasa. My question is, where is APC filling station or Yoruba market or Hausa market where we can buy things cheap? Whether they like it or not, is Igbos that will fix. They never talk of cutting cost of government or fixing a refinery or increasing minimum wage. What they are doing is to give us 8,000 and 70 billion to new National Assembly. All right. Okay. This is coming from Adeleye, all the way from First Stack Extension. I agree with the commentator that said you journalists are part of the problems. Staring Nigerians in their faces. We are sorry for being the problem. When we, the masses, call and send messages to radio stations, you caution us and edit our messages because you journalists cannot stand the truth. Corrupt politicians and dishonest public office holders steal public funds in Nigeria and lodge or stash or hide the stolen public funds in various bank accounts in the US, the United Kingdom, Switzerland, France, Ireland, and some other European countries, Canada, Australia, and the United Arab Emirates. May God pour his anger on corrupt politicians and dishonest public office holders in Nigeria. Okay, that is it from the WhatsApp. We can now take some calls because we have a few minutes left. You can call into the show before we'll call it a day. Okay. Okay. The number is just 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, my sister, I'm the maker. They call back, right, please. I want to chip on something. Somebody call and say all the old politicians are the same. I disagree with him. You know why I disagree?
Go ahead. No.
Something happened at Ghana. I know about 2 or 3 friends that see politicians in the way of their tribal person and their religious person. You understand me?
Yeah.
But when the politicians start to disappoint them when they get into power, you understand me? I start hearing the same statement this person make. All the politicians are one. I say no. There's a man called Atamil. He was a professor at the University of Nsukka before going to Ghana to become a president. The day J.J. Norris, my old man J.J. Norris raised up his hand. I start calling phone, stations like your station. I start contributing. You understand me? Telling them that Ghana have found a man to lay on, to hope on, and through Atami did it. You understand me? From he did what JJ told him to do, and he carried it on before Ghana lost him. This Mr. Tito, I called him senior. I was born in the same street with him. I know him very well. He did what he promised Anambra State. He did it for them. And that's what he struggled to do for us in Nigeria here. That's why I say, I know they called before for station. But because of him, I start calling back. He's calling station and say, I'm contributing for the benefit of this country. We have found somebody to lay hand on. This is not tribal case or religion. This is both a good way for this land. Do you hear a campaign message? It's telling you about production. So the people have to catch fish, not to show you giving them fish every day to be eating. What kind of this problem is this? We are dying inside because we are practicing political and religious sentiments and our party color. And when we go outside, we suffer together, lament together, die together. What kind of election is this? My dear, if we are talking about this country, we'll be getting peace up every day.
Right,
I'm not lying you.
Don't get pissed
when
off.
we get it wrong, let us. There's no shame of accepting mistakes. If you are ashamed of accepting mistakes, you can never correct yourself in life. We have made a mistake as a nation for too long. Let's accept it and correct it now, once and forever. May God bless you guys, please.
All right, you too. Thank you so much. All right, let's quickly go to our YouTube comments. Then Mr. Nosike can wrap it up for us. Okay, this is coming from Good Luck. Prophet, to enough of this emotional blackmail. And please, you people should get ready for the wars because the country has failed. That's according to Golden Obadi. And Surplus Link said, it's unfortunate that same people that fought military in 1990s cannot fight in democracy because of tribalism. What a shame. Nobleman said, I don't know why they are taking Tinubu serious. He promised to continue where Buhari stopped. That's why Babajide in TVC said he will swear with his family. If Tinubu didn't win the election, it's better his family perish than losing his job. And I say amen to that. Judiciary, no Bukachua judgment. The whole world is watching. And Olubenga Bamidele says, if they give Dangote the money to subsidize the flour, sugar, and the rice per month in market sale, I think it will be more beneficial to the less privileged throughout the country. I just think so. All right, thank you to you all our listeners. Then over to you, Peter Nosike.
Well, the issue is this. No country can survive under borrowing and consumption. Without being a producing country, the people will continue to suffer. So what the president or whoever should be thinking of is how to create an enabling environment. One, to arrest the insecurity in the country. Because this is a food, whatever emergency, it just beer panel talk. Understand me? It just it's a talk of a drunken man. For there to be food in the market, the armed men in different farms must be disarmed and taken away from there. Then he should also be thinking of how to create an enabling environment for SMEs to grow. This borrowing today, China has taken over the Entebbe airport in Uganda because of the money that Ugandans are owing them. One day they can come and take over Nnamdi Azikiwe airport in Abuja. So no country can survive under borrowing because one, it is weakening our own currency. Whatever happens abroad affects us because we are an import-dependent nation. This is the area we should be thinking about. And this man had never thought of this. He had never thought of what should be 8,000 naira for 12 million people, which will go into the private pocket of the billionaires. It's just a scam. So what you should be thinking of how to create an enabling environment for SMEs to begin to grow. Then let us stop this import-dependent policies. Borrowing does not help anybody. Borrowing does not help a country. It cannot help Nigeria. You are not even borrowing to invest. Rather, you are borrowing to consume, to share. I said it some time ago that Tinubu is going to run Babangida kind of government, share everything. And that's what is going on. And it's going to continue to happen. Okay, for our listeners, thank you for calling and be with us by this time next Saturday.
All right, thank you, Peter Nosike. That is how we'll call it a day. In as much as we would like to continue, time is already against us. All right, join us next Saturday as we bring the major issues that trended during the week. My name is Biblas Chidi. Have a wonderful Saturday evening.
It is a great place of fun and insight. It is a great place of learning. It could be your school on radio. It could be your life on radio. We are